Hi, it's Lola, and I am very excited for today's video because it is my first ever collaboration with a company. So I've seen a ton of artists using paint markers, namely Artex or Posca, and I've always wanted to try one. One day I remembered I actually do have a business email, which I never check, and I open it and I have an email from this company called Grabie who wanted to send me some markers to review. And they also gave me my own discount code, Lola15, so if you want 15% off of these markers that I use in this video, you can click the link in the description and input my code. And this is not a sponsored review. They sent me these and I can say whatever I want about them, so I will be 100% honest in this video. So today we're going to be unboxing. So I have this box cutter knife and we're just gonna go in and see what we've got. It got a little bit damaged in transit. I hope it's okay though. Okay, so we've got our two packages in here. Let's pull them out. Let's start with this one. So this is the Grabie Extra Fine Tip Acrylic Paint Markers set of 28. So these are the ones that we're going to be using in today's video, I think. And then these ones should be the brush nib ones, although it doesn't say on the outside. Let's open this one up as well. Oh, and this one has a swatch sheet on the back as well. Here we go. These are the dual tone markers brush tip. Look at that, premium, quick drying, water-based ink, non-toxic and UV resistant. That's really good, so that means it shouldn't fade over time as well. And it's multi-surface, so it should work on glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, metal, fabric, stone, paper and more. Maybe we'll have to test that someday, but that's not going to be for us today. But let's just pull these out real quick. So I think this is a really good wide selection of colours. There's a good few that we could use as skin tones. We've got some really neon vibrant colours, and then a couple that are kind of a little bit more pastel, which is nice. Oh, I didn't realise, but it looks like these ones come with a drawing pad in the back as well. And it even comes in multiple colours, so we've got white, brown, black, I think there's some pink in there as well. So the plan is I'll leave these brush tips to my next video, and today we're going to open up and try these ones out, and also this pad that they've given me as well. So let's open this one up. You can also use these on many different surfaces as well. Oh, these ones don't come out in a tray, these ones just sit in here. Okay, let's take out the drawing pad at the back. Hopefully this will come with a swatch sheet. Ah, and the swatch sheet looks like pens, I like that. And you can also try it to see if it looks different on the black as well. So we've got some white paper, we've got some slightly grayer paper, I don't know if you can tell on camera. We've got some lavender colours paper, we've got some black paper, and I thought this was going to be tan brown paper at the end, but it's actually not, it's just the cardboard unfortunately. So that seems like pretty decent value. You get these markers, you can use them on all these different surfaces, and you get this drawing pad. So let's get to swatching. Where does it say the actual colour name? Can you guys see where it says the colour name anywhere? So on this end there's nothing. On this end it says number 3. Like, am I just being really blind and stupid, or where is the colour name on this? I don't know if that's like 82, but the 2 is printed backwards, or if it's meant to be a weird kind of 58. Maybe there's some way I can look it up, but it seems weird to give the colours very specific names and then not put those names on the marker or put any numbers to tell you which one is which. Hey guys, it's Lola from the future. So some of the colours in this set, specifically the pinks, are quite similar, so it would be really helpful to have the colour names on the markers or the marker numbers on the swatch sheet, but my marker numbers were printed backwards for some reason. I looked it up to see if there was like maybe a sticker sheet that should have come with these or something, but was missing, because sometimes markers have a sticker sheet so you can colour the sticker and then put it on the end of the pen, and it has the name on it as well, so you can see the colour that the marker will dry when you pick it up, which is really helpful. But I'm not blind, other reviewers had the same issue. They also had backwards numbers, and there are no colour names on the markers themselves. So the way you can know is the order of the colours on the swatch sheet is the same as the order of the markers in the packet, which means if you want to remember which marker is which, you have to either keep them all perfectly in the right place in the package or write down the weird backwards numbers onto the swatch sheet. See how well it can cover over itself. Oh yeah, perfectly well actually. It's very opaque. Now, apparently these are a hot commodity on TikTok, but I've personally never seen them on there. My For You page is currently filled up with Mudeng and Nikocado Avocado doing this. I've never actually heard of this company before they reached out to me, so what's my initial opinion after swatching? Well, first of all, the consistency of the markers is really nice and they feel very smooth to use, and they also dried very smooth despite the fact that I didn't actually colour very neatly, and they did dry very quickly as well. Also, sorry to the people who love neatness, because yes, I coloured these swatches out of order and I didn't colour in the pen handles either, sue me. So the main downside so far, I think, of buying this set would be the lack of skin tone colours. There's maybe like 4 which would work for skin tone, so you might want to keep that in mind if you're doing character art. Okay, so in order to test these markers, I have drawn this character on the grey paper. There are a lot of potential colour schemes that we can choose for this character, but I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go for the classic red, and maybe with the white hair as well, because I want to see how the white marker performs on this grey paper. For the skin, we will use Cantaloupe. For the dress, we will use Carmine. For the stem, etc., we will use olive. For the hair, we will use white. And for the yellow bits, we'll use orange peel. So let's get started. So if you can't tell, she's meant to be a strawberry themed character. She's based off this video that I made recently, although my upload schedule is kind of crazy. I have a bunch of videos going out at different times, so I don't know if it is the most recent video posted, but I'll link it on the screen. So she's meant to be a strawberry girl, although I do feel like the hat is giving tomato, but I kind of like it. I think it's goofy, I think it's cute. Okay, so here is the first colour pass. You can see that some colours went down better than others. So the red went down super smooth, but then for the lighter colours, for this kind of pinky skin tone colour, I had to go over it twice, and the white, it looks like I'm gonna have to go over it again. And the yellow, the green looks okay, but it seems like the darker the colour, the better it goes down. Let's start adding some detail. So there's some things I really like about using this medium as someone who's never used acrylic markers before. First of all, it's really nice how opaque and quick drying it is, because it allows you to easily go over any mistakes you make. But there's a downside to this as well. You'll see I tried to create a blended gradient on the inside of the hair from blue to this mint green, and it kind of worked, as you can see, but blending like this isn't really something you can easily do with these acrylic markers, it seems, unless it is over a very small area like this. So it's more suitable for flat colours with cell shading, it seems, which is absolutely fine for me because that's what I like to make anyway. Now, I'm not testing out the brush tip markers in this video, I'll leave that for next video, and I'll test them on the black paper as well, so hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for when that video drops. But we'll see if the blending is any easier with those, which I expect it will be, but I just wanted to see if this pack is at all worth it on its own. These markers are the extra fine tip markers, so I assume they are technically meant to be bought in conjunction with another pack, so you can use them for the small details and the line work, and then it would be easier to colour big areas of flat colour with the brush markers. But I actually found that this kit was absolutely fine for a small sketchbook size like this, especially if you're just drawing small portraits or something, or you want to draw on stones like they show in the advert. I think the size is absolutely fine for that. One thing I also enjoyed as well, which is actually technically more of a bug than a feature, is just working with the limited colour palette. They do cover quite a good range within the 28 colours in this pack, but I think someone on the team loves pink and green because there's so many shades of pink and green, and then there's like 2 yellows and 2 blues. Honestly, I think a lot of the pinks are kind of similar as well, not gonna lie, and honestly even the red marker kind of dries like as a pinky red. But the limited palette forced me to layer some colours I wouldn't usually to make highlights and shadows, like shading the white hair with mint green for example, and I think that made the piece overall more interesting. So overall I enjoyed using this pack. I saw in some other videos that some other people complained that the markers were scraping the paper and lifting up some fibres, but I actually didn't have this problem on the drawing pad that they provided. But the paper in the pad is very smooth and not bumpy or textured at all, like those high quality mixed media sketchbooks with thick paper that are designed to be used with like watercolor and alcohol markers and absolutely everything. So I think that probably does make a difference. I actually tested it on my own sketchbook as well, which has slightly more textured paper than the drawing pad, and it was absolutely fine, but it might not go over so smooth on watercolor paper. So here is the final piece. I lined it with a coloured biro because I literally don't have a single fine liner to my name. I added some extra decorations and this little turnip dudette on the side. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It was a bit of a trust the process when I was adding all of the pinks. She probably isn't too happy though because I did forget to give her a nose. Overall, I liked these pens for sketchbook work, and they're actually pretty affordable on the website right now because they're on sale. So if you want to check them out, you can go to the link in my description and remember to use my code for 15% off. I think I gave a fair review. There are some pros and some cons, and it dried a little bit tacky as well. I don't know if you can see, but not majorly. It looks fine, and that's kind of what you can expect with acrylic anyway. If you've used these before, let me know what you think and how they compare to any other acrylic markers if you tried them as well. And as always guys, I'm just trying to grow a small art community in the vast sea of YouTube, so if you enjoyed this video, which I spent hours filming and editing, just a like would go a long way to helping my channel, or just interacting with my video by just typing a star emoji in the comments to show you got to the end really helps my channel in the algorithm. And I'll see you next time for the brush tips. Thanks for watching, bye guys!